if we are talking about the design here, the design is stunning. It's a stunning looking smartwatch. It offers something a little bit different, yet doesn't deviate too much from that lovely looking formula of previous Huawei watches. If I am being picky though, you can see here that the bezel around the display, I would like to see that colour a bit more pronounced, like it's hidden under the glass, and it kind of really does show that. So if I tilt it here, see it sort of fades away, and what that means is when you've got a nice watch face on, not so much of a black watch face, which is why I use them, but if you go for something with colour like this one, it almost looks like you've got a massive bezel around the watch. And with the Huawei Watch Ultimate, you don't get that because the bezel's on the outside of the screen. So for me, that is a slightly missed opportunity. I'll try and bring it closer. You can probably see that black bezel a little bit more. It's not big compared to other watches, but it is something to note. So let's go for a quick UI tour. So it's similar to all your other Huawei watches, but what I do notice with HarmonyOS 5 on this watch is that it is just a little bit more fluid, and if you look, a little bit more care and time has been put into those animations. So your main watch face is here. You can swipe left to get to your health widgets, your weather widgets, and moon, sunsets, and sun times. So if we click on it, you can see it opens up the application, and you can get various different bits of information. Tidal times, which is nowhere near me, but at least it's on there. And again, push top right button, it will take you back. So we can see we've got heart rate, SpO2, sleep tracking. Again, if we click onto it, we can actually go into this and have a look at much more detail on the watch. So this is new compared to HarmonyOS 4, where you've got much more basic information available. So you can also hold on the watch face, use the crown, and basically pick any watch face you want. What is nice to see is that some of these you can customize. So it is quite limited customization, but it is nice. So you'll see a little banner underneath the watch face when you can customize it. So you can see you can choose kind of different styles, different looks to it as well. So it is nice that you do have these extra options. If you also swipe down, you get your settings menu. This new, and this is different. Now this is an interesting one because those of you loyal Huawei fans will recognise this from the older version of the Huawei Watch 3, I believe it was, and it was the LTE model. And they took it away because of battery life drain. So I do wonder if they're going to do the same, but that's just a nod back to nostalgia for you guys. So if you go to settings, you can see it looks much more premium, it looks much more well crafted here with these little banners, and I think it does fit into the Huawei design language. The settings are all the same, to be honest with you, there's nothing really new here. The cards, these are the same as HarmonyOS 4. I can't actually add one because I've already got one on there, but if you go onto the app, you can also customize them on Huawei Health. Push the top right button again, and you get your Apple style menu. And again, if you scroll out, you get the full view, and this time on here you've got this icon now where you can change between list and grid. Nice to see. If you also zoom in, you now get the icon names, which you did get as an update on HarmonyOS 4. The screen itself is also stunning. I'd say it gets around 1000 to 1200 nits of brightness, and do you know what, it is bright enough, it's punchy, it's vivid. The clarity is amazing. It's a really nice display on a smartwatch. It's nothing that you wouldn't expect at this price point. If I show you this watch face here, you can see the colours really pop. With a titanium build and sapphire glass, it's a really premium feeling watch. And what does surprise me about this, it's a 46mm watch. However, it's super lightweight, and you're not compromising on the battery. I'll be honest, I don't have the always on display on. I don't see the point. When you twist your arm and move your wrist, it is going to illuminate the watch face anyway, so that does save a little bit of battery, but even then I'm only getting around 8 to 9 days worth of battery life, so the 14 days they're claiming is a bit optimistic. Charging speed also remains really good, getting around a full charge in an hour in my testing. You do have support for wireless charging as well, and you can fast charge that wirelessly at 20 watts from the back of your Huawei Pura 70 Ultra. Interestingly, if this does help anyone, we do have remote shutter on here. I can't go into it because if I do, it's going to cut the video because I am filming this on my Huawei Pura 70 Ultra. But this will be missing if you're not a Huawei user. They seem to keep it exclusive to Huawei, which I get is nice for the brand loyalty. However, much cheaper smartwatches have this as a feature. So I think with the demise of Huawei smartphone sales, they should consider giving those premium features back to the customer. Also, it's really limited. You don't get a camera feed, you just get a button and a timer. I'd like to see a feed of the camera and be able to change lenses and angles through the watch. That would be a really nice feature to add. A nice tip for those Huawei watch users as well is double tap this right button, which by the way feels amazing. It feels super tactile and probably even better than the Huawei Watch Ultimate. You can actually see your recent apps and you can engage with your recent apps. You can swipe up to close them or close them all with this button down here. And that's a really nice feature.